Faison. Always enjoy when you visit us on this show. Let's go back to the late game now. Jets and Patriots. And a man who has become a New England folk hero after starting the year with the Gotham Green. Running back Danny Woodhead has proven that big things can come in small packages, like icing on the cake. But his emergence with the Patriots is far from an overnight success story. ESPN.com's Greg Garber tells us Woodhead's road to such success has been paved with perseverance.
Danny watching the Sunday night ESPN football game.
At the age of 4.5, Danny Woodhead already knew what he liked, and perhaps even where he wanted to go.
What are you watching, Dan?
Football.
Who's playing?
What?
Who's playing?
Patriots and it's Dolphins.
Who's winning?
What?
Who's winning?
I think Patriots.
His journey began here, in North Platte, Nebraska, a modern-day frontier town where the rails still rule. He finished high school as the state's all-time leading Class A rusher and was Nebraska's 2003 Gatorade Player of the Year. But the University of Nebraska, citing his 5'7" height, didn't offer him a scholarship.
And he says, to me, he says, why would I want to go someplace where all they tell me is things I can't do? I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, he said, you can't be a running back because you're too small. You can't be a receiver because you're not tall enough. We'd like to have you return punts, as a walk-on.
Former Nebraska head coach Tom Osborne was serving as a U.S. congressman during Woodhead's recruitment.
You want to make sure your home state players are given every opportunity. It probably was to our detriment that we didn't take him. We probably could have used him here badly.
Instead, Woodhead joined his brother Ben at Division II Chadron State in northwest Nebraska. In 2007, after 4 seasons, Woodhead had run for more yards than anyone in college history.
Touchdown! Danny Woodhead!
And twice won Division II's equivalent to the Heisman Trophy. Still, he wasn't invited to the NFL Combine, and Chadron State didn't offer a pro day for NFL scouts.
We have a policy here of not letting other people than University of Nebraska athletes participate in our pro day. We told them that it would be okay to come down and work out. I thought he had a legitimate chance to play in the National Football League.
At Nebraska's pro day, Woodhead ran 40 yards in 4.33 seconds, and his vertical leap was 38.5 inches. Comparable numbers to the elite running backs that were invited to the Combine. Future Pro Bowlers Chris Johnson, Ray Rice, and Jamal Charles.
He stole the show from the beginning. After a second 40, people started making phone calls.
Danny's numbers outside of height and weight matched up about as good as anybody's.
In the waning moments of the 2008 NFL Draft, then Jets head coach Eric Mangini called Woodhead.
Hello. Yes.
I wanted to let him know that as the head coach, we wanted you there. And a lot of times those guys say, well, I got to talk to my agent, I got to do this, I got to do that. Danny said, I am there.
Undrafted, Woodhead was signed as a free agent, but suffered a season-ending knee injury during training camp.
Danny didn't look at, oh, everything's all over, I tear my ACL now, I'll never get another chance. And so, he kept a pretty positive attitude.
Obviously, like the day I got hurt, I wasn't real excited about it, but the day after, I was like, all right, let's do this thing.
Woodhead came back and played in 10 games for the Jets in 2009, but he was released after this season's opener. 4 days later, he was signed by the New England Patriots.
What's your reaction?
Let's go. Let's go.
Woodhead has been a revelation, combining for more than 900 yards rushing and receiving, and scoring 6 touchdowns.
The adversity has served him well. I mean, the adversity in his life is part of his story, is part of his journey, it's part of who he is. And maybe he wouldn't want to do it all over again, but I don't know, maybe he would.
I'm a competitor. and that's who I am. Until the door's completely shut, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep, giving it my all, just trying to get that chance.
That's a great story. Thank you very much, Greg. And they love him in New England. And just because you become an overnight sensation, though, doesn't necessarily get you recognized in New England. For example, last month, Woodhead went to a local sporting goods store to sell his jersey. Some of the results actually were pretty interesting.
You have a Patriots sweatshirt on?
I got enough Patriots stuff.
Do you have a Woodhead jersey yet, or not yet?
No, just too little for me.
Too little? Wow, that's too bad. Salt in the wound.
That's unbelievable.
That's funny.
He's a
pretty good football player, right there.
And yes, very good football player. Running and receiving this year, the almost 900 yards in the Patriots, Tommy, they figure out a way to utilize what he has.
Well, there's two keys here. He listed at 5'8", 195 pounds. You know that they're fudging that a little bit. What he is an outstanding football player. I don't care what size he is. And I think that what Coach Belichick does, and he does this with a lot of players, I'm going to take what you do best, I'm going to find the matchups that benefit us the most, and then I'm going to use them as often as I can. Here you see Woodhead sneaking up, running in between the tackles, sneaking through the line of scrimmage, getting himself open. You can see the matchup here, and that 4-3-3 40 that he runs make him an odd matchup for anybody. They see a zone drop where you've got a D lineman coming out trying to cover him. That's a complete mismatch for the New England Patriots, and people wonder, well, how can he get so open? How can he do the things he does? It's all about coaching, matching up with the player you have. And Coach said, I don't care what size he is. It's a heck of a football player. They take advantage of it.
With heck of a speed, huh?
4-3-3.
4-3-3. Hey,
4-3-3. Yes.
You got to know that Bill Belichick knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
You got to know that, and Tom Brady's smart enough to know, hey, this guy's a weapon. I'm going to use a white.
There's 30 other teams, 31 other in this league that couldn't find a place.
They're not kicking themselves because they don't know what to do with them.
Right.
Well, Patriots know what to do with him. Everybody, but when he goes to the sporting goods store. But you mentioned Tom Brady. Well, there might be some other Patriots that get noted when they go out and about. Let's go back to Foxborough's Susie Collar.
Chris, remember when all the trash talk started and Rex Ryan suggested that Tom Brady doesn't study as much as Peyton Manning and gets more help from his coach? Well, why not? Well, just like Brady had the rare opportunity to